Is it coffee? Is it whiskey? Is it wine? Is it gin? I'll never tell. Actually, it's gin. Hey friends, so in today's video, Christmas is coming a little bit early. That's right, your monthly anti-haul is coming like a week early. The only thing that's really welcome a week early, monthly, you know? Anyway, today we're going to talk about some products that have come out recently. I have at least one product that like I had a handful of people either like DM me on Instagram or just like tag me in a post on Instagram, and I was like, I know y'all, I follow the same accounts that you do, so like you don't have to tell me about all the things that
I don't need and I'm not gonna buy.
But we're gonna talk about those today, as well as some other things that I've found on Trend Mood, Indie Mood, various places, Sephora. If you guys haven't checked my last couple of anti-hauls, I will leave links to them in cards here as well as in a playlist down below. If you are new to my channel, hi, hello, I'm your anti-consumerist fairy godmother.
Hey!
Anti-hauls are a series of videos that Kimberly Clark actually made popular several years ago. And it's just a fun, kind of hyperbolic, tongue-in-cheek way of talking about things that I don't need and I'm not gonna buy, and that's all there is to it, okay? Cool. So I am gonna talk about some things today that I actually do want. Today's video is not going to be full of roasting, although there will be a healthy dose of roasting today, much like Thanksgiving roasting.
Roasted.
Let's just start with Sephora, shall we? I feel like it goes without saying, Christmas sets ain't my jam. I don't need them. I don't have a ton of people in my life that need like small makeup gifts, so I don't actually like need to buy any of those things. And before anybody comes for me in the comments,
I know.
there's a handful of things on Sephora.com that when you buy them in a set, a bunch of samples of things, you get a voucher for a full size. I had about 200 people comment on my last anti-haul about that exact topic, so we're not even gonna talk about it. I don't need any sets. That is an obvious thing. It's obvious at this point. Like, are we surprised? No. So, Sephora. First thing we're gonna talk about is Pat McGrath, actually. Pat McGrath is a makeup brand that I own a couple of lip glosses from, and that's pretty much it. I've always kind of oogled at her palettes. They're beautiful quality. Not saying the quality isn't great, but it's always been outside of my price range as far as what I want to buy. Pat McGrath released 2 quads for the holidays as limited edition, as well as some like mini palettes, 5 or 6 shadows in small sizes. And those ones are 28, so they're like the mini versions of her mothership stuff, mini versions of shadows that people covet. That's a decent price. Like, that's a good price. I don't know if it's the same quality. It makes me question if it's the same quality, but she released a couple of quads for the holidays and they are
$65.
okay, your girl loves quads. I just bought 2 quads from Midas Cosmetics from the coffee line. I'm wearing one of them on my eyes right now, the decaf. Love it, obsessed with it. I love quads. I love smaller amounts of shadows in a palette. That is my jam. But $65 for 4 eyeshadows is so not something that I need in my life. It is so not something that I want to spend my money on. If it was something that like a fancy gift, somebody needed to get me a fancy gift, I wouldn't say no to it necessarily, but it's not something that I feel like I need to go out and buy, because I've heard from my good friend Lacey, Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, that the JD Glow shimmery shadows are very good and like a, not like a dupe, but like a close comparable to the Pat McGrath shimmers, which is why people buy those palettes. People don't buy them for the mattes. Like, whoa, mattes. Like, people buy them for the shimmers. And this quad is just too much money for what you're getting. Like, that's just, don't need it, not gonna buy it. Sorry, Pat. Not that she cares, but you know. Next thing we're gonna talk about is something else that's overpriced. Charlotte Tilbury. I don't actually own anything from Charlotte Tilbury. I've heard mixed things about the quality. I heard Hannah from Smoky Glow shit all over the Bronze and Glow duo, and then Julia Mazzucato, complete opposite opinion. So like, it's subjective. Makeup is subjective, but It's like a $70 duo, which that's old news at this point. I don't need it. I have a bronzer that I like. I have 2 bronzers that I like, and that's all I need. Oh my God. But the thing that really kind of got me on this list, really got me kind of like side-eyeing in a bad way, the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. It's a $75 palette, 4 shades that look virtually the same, and 1 dark shade, 2 mid-tone shades, and then the rest are just light. The amount of skin tones that this would work on is like me. And I can't see this palette working for anybody beyond medium skin tone, definitely not tan or deep skin tone. It's just like not special, it's boring, $75, it's limited edition, it's everything I hate. Limited edition, boring shadows, overpriced, everything that I don't need in my life. Sorry, Charlotte. Sorry, Charlotte. Don't need your $75 Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. It's not hypnotizing me. Drinking out of my Presidents of the United States mug today, because I need to reminisce about when we actually had one. Oh God, the world is on fire! This world is on fire! Oh, sweet Lord. Let's talk about ColourPop. As you can see, I have one of these Sophia Nygaard lipsticks. This is the first thing I've bought from ColourPop in a very long time, and I bought 3 of the lipsticks, no shame. This was a collaboration that I got, that I was behind, that I was like, yes, thank you, ColourPop, for coming up with a collaboration that makes sense, that's seasonally appropriate. The packaging is adorable. It wasn't a fucking eyeshadow palette. Oh, I was so happy. And I was like, ColourPop, you don't completely suck. Thank you for coming out with this line from Sophia. And also, like, I kind of love the fact that the inside of the lipstick tube is the same color as the lipstick. This is Bikini Bottom, by the way. I managed to get my hands on Bikini Bottom Screamer, which was the dark red, and then the green. Put some lipstick on. I love this lipstick. So, since we're talking about ColourPop, while this was a collaboration, I was like, give it to me. I want 3 of them right now. They came out with another fucking Disney collection, I swear to God. I've talked about this in, I feel like 2 other videos where we talked about Disney collaborations. Disney is a mega corporation that owns so much intellectual property. Marvel, Star Wars, everything else Disney, now part of 20th Century Fox. And they're trying to take Spider-Man from Sony. Disney is like a leech for intellectual property, and I am not about having a company have that much power and have that much control over the industry. I don't want to give my money to something that is just merely a cash grab. Like, I will admit, I love Marvel movies. I will go see all the Marvel movies. I know, whatever. I will go see Star Wars. My boyfriend loves Star Wars. These cheap, cash grabby collaborations that Disney does with ColourPop are all the same. They're all boring. They have chintzy packaging that's not anything that I need in my collection. And I just always feel irky about like branded collabs with Disney properties, because I just know how much power and control that they have and how much pull they have in the industry. And having any industry with one singular company, one singular corporation having so much power, it eliminates so much competition and it eliminates so much equity in the industry. And so, like, if you have a company like Disney or like Amazon, for instance, that has so much of the market share, the competitors are struggling. The competitors are stifled. And so Disney doesn't have to do any better, or Amazon doesn't have to do any better as far as like workers' conditions, benefits, general human decency. They don't have to be as good as they could be because they know they're gonna win, you know? I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole, but I've felt a lot of feels about mega corporations the last few days. Speaking of, please vote in your local elections coming up. Holy Jesus. Amazon literally donated over $1 million to a PAC supporting specific members of the city council running so that Amazon can buy Seattle City Council. So there's that. I've been feeling that. I think that's also why I felt like extra anti-consumerist and extra anti-capitalist.
Eat the rich, am I right?
Anyways, so yeah, I'm not buying any of these dumbass Disney collabs. Fuck that. And as well, ColourPop came out with his, what is it, Bye Bye Birdie? Bye Bye Birdie collection. It's a palette that looks just like everything else. It's like, I don't even have anything else to say because it's so boring. Sorry. Don't need it. Not gonna buy it, ColourPop. I thought my camera stopped recording and it did, so. So yeah, ColourPop isn't all bad. The Smoke Show palette, great addition to their collection. I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't wear grays and blacks that often, but like, if you do, that'd probably be a good one to go with because it's small, it's monochromatic, it's compact. I don't need it because I'm not a completionist and I don't wear grays and blacks that often. At least not in my makeup. In my fashion, all the time. The next thing we're gonna talk about, we're gonna take a quick detour back to Sephora because this was something that I heard talking about the Benefit Brow Styler. And this is something that I've been seeing a lot with products like brow stuff, concealers. I mentioned the Jeffree Star concealer several months ago. These things that you're gonna use up really quickly, coming in like this extravagant and like extra ass packaging. Like, I don't need a brow product in like a fancy looking plastic wand. It's one of those things where it's like, why are they putting extra money and extra effort into making stuff that you're going to go through within a few months look pretty? Like something that you're gonna keep just in your makeup bag. It's not something that you're gonna be like
Reapplying multiple times a day, like a lip gloss.
a lipstick or a powder, something that you will take along with you as like an accessory. Nobody carries around brow pencils as accessories or concealers as accessories. I don't need makeup brands. I don't need makeup brands turning basic, boring steps in my makeup routine into accessories. Sorry, Benefit, I don't need this $34 brow styler. $34 for a brow pencil. What? No. And brows are like the only thing Benefit's doing right now. And it's like, they can't even get that right. How is Benefit not just like ceased to exist at this point? I don't know. All right, back to trend mood. Okay, we're not even gonna talk about this Carly Bible palette because this isn't anything I need. The packaging is ugly. I'm done talking about it. Like, fucking hell. I feel like I've seen enough people make videos about ABH that I will just leave a link to them in the description that I don't even need to because everything I would say has already been said. This thing I saw on Trend Mood, this is from Hank and Henry Beauty. It's not one that's like out and about a lot. And the color story is, it's like 9 shades. It looks really, really similar to the Alamar palette, like the first Alamar Cosmetics palette that had like the blues and the rich oranges and then like a teal. It looks really similar in color story. It looks really similar to like every palette that's come out in the last year.
Warm neutrals with a pop of blue thing.
So the color story isn't revolutionary, so Lord knows I don't need it. And they're calling it the Living in Color palette, and it's like, it's not even that colorful. But the thing that annoys the shit out of me is the wasted space in the palette itself. They didn't do like crazy shapes. They didn't do like different size pans or like swirl pans where there's like 2 colors in the same pan. They didn't do anything of that nature, extravagance. All they did was just like rotate square pans like not even 90 degrees. Not even like diamonds, so they're not like a full like notch over. It's almost. And it's just like, it hurts my eyes to look at it. I hate it. And oh my god, they call their foiled eyeshadows
Finger foil?
What?
I don't understand this. I literally don't understand this. Why they thought this was a good idea, and there's so much wasted space. Like 9-pan palettes don't have to be big. ColourPop's actually done a very good job at making 9-pan palettes like compact, easy to use, easy to take around with you. Midas has done a really good job with 9-pan palettes, but this just looks like overly bulky for like something that now exists, I guess. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about, I talked about the like glowy body oils a while ago. I'm kind of tempted on the new Fenty one, the new little like one in the cute little like genie looking bottle, the white glittery one. I tried it in a Sephora and it looked pretty. The baby Buki brush was adorable and very pointless. Patrick Ta has kind of been this like new, I literally had never even heard about Patrick Ta until like months ago when I made my first anti-haul about glittery body oils. The brand has like a fan that's like branded that you can buy to like fan your setting stuff. I don't know why, but they came out with a Major Glow on the Go trio, and it's 3 minis for $52. So the full sizes of each of them are ridiculous, but this is one of those things where it's like the 3 shades are so drastic that there's no way that one person would get use out of all 3 of them. Maybe like you could get the use out of the first 2 or the second 2, but there's no way that one person, if these are all the same like opacity of stuff, that they would get use out of like the first shade and the third shade. Like I said before, this could be something if you have like a bunch of friends that like makeup and you're all getting gifts for each other. I could see that being a good use of your money. Or if you needed to put together like white elephant gifts for makeup lovers, get little like things with minis in it. But to buy for yourself, like right now, that's the thing. It's like all these holiday stuff come out so early to where people feel like they need to buy it for themselves because they don't want to wait for Christmas. And I feel like we just need to start waiting for Christmas, okay? Just like put things on your wish list that people might want to buy you that you want now, and then they can just get it for you. Like you don't have to buy it for yourself. That's what happened with the Riviera palette. I didn't buy it, and my boyfriend bought it for me for my birthday. Save a wish list and give it to the people who will probably get gifts for you. You don't need it yourself, come on. That's what the holidays are for. Okay, the next couple of things I want and I have no shame about. This Glossier Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. It's $24, so it's not super expensive. It's jojoba, grapeseed, evening primrose, and rosehip oils. It's like great oil blend. I love it. I'm here for the oil blend. And then it's got light reflecting minerals. So it's a shimmery facial oil serum thing. It also has squalene in it. It's a plant-based sugarcane squalene and then an extract. I want this, but as much as I want to be a Glossier gal, as much as I want to be the like no makeup, dewy model goddess, everything, that's not me. I still put on foundation, I still put on concealer, I still put on like powder on my face. When I'm doing a no makeup day, I don't even feel like I would need this. It's beautiful and it's wonderful, but that's not me. If you're somebody who does go like makeupless and somebody who doesn't wear like foundation on a regular basis, you might like this, but this isn't something that I need in my collection. As beautiful as it is and as tempting as it is, I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. Next thing that I want for reasons, but I know I'll never use it. Ritual de Fille is a brand that I've been so tempted by and so intrigued by for like a couple of years now. I remember Dre Ronane making a video about like their anti-highlight, which is like a cream contour that's black in the pan, and their branding, everything about it I love. Their stuff's pretty expensive. Like they have like these eye soot eyeshadow things that are gorgeous, but like way more than I want to spend on a single eyeshadow. But they came out with this cream eyeliner. It's a gel eyeliner in an orb. And the packaging is so cute. It's like a dark and spooky EOS lip balm, and I love it. but I never use gel eyeliner. Literally never use gel eyeliner. The only time I've used gel eyeliner in the last couple of years was when I was doing like a Halloween makeup look, and that's what I had. But it's so pretty, but it's literally not something that I use ever. And I don't need it. And if I buy this one, I'm not gonna use it either. Gel eyeliner just like dries out on me. I feel like gel eyeliner for me is not a good investment because by the time I finish it or I'm going to finish it, it's all dried up. So I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm sorry. I love this brand. Speaking of EOS lip balms, EOS has a Halloween one called Vampire Kiss that's black. I'm guessing it's like, oh yeah, deep berry. It's like one of those berry black lip balms. I hate EOS lip balms, but this is just cute and I'm just like,
do I need to fall for the marketing and get this black lip balm?
no, because I literally have a Lush one that's the exact same thing from like 2 years ago. It's cute, but I don't need it. Like I hate EOS lip balms. Waxy lip balms, literally the only lip balm, I don't have it with me, but the only lip balms that work for me 100% of the time are the Bite Beauty Agave lip masks and the Blistex daily conditioning one in the tiny little pink container. Those are the only lip balms that will work for me day and night, 24/7. Never doesn't work. EOS, on the other hand, hate it. All right, here we go. We're in the home stretch. One more thing that I've actually been really like respecting and applauding from afar, like something that I haven't felt the need to buy, but seeing on Instagram and seeing on people's videos and seeing the way that the brand handles themselves, I really respect. Dominique Cosmetics, I don't watch Kristen Dominique like at all. Like I literally, I don't think I've ever watched one of her videos. Not sure why. I feel like her aesthetic just wasn't mine necessarily, so I've never just felt the need to. The way that Kristen's brand, they're just like slow and steady wins the race. They don't go overboard as far as like packaging, branding. Like the branding is always very like, it makes sense. They have this Celestial Storm palette that I saw and I'm like, that is beautiful. That is gorgeous. I literally almost bought it. Like I still might at one point just because like the colors are pretty, the shimmers look really nice. I'll have to test it in the store to see what it like swatches like and how it looks and feels and stuff. It's gorgeous. It's really pretty. I feel like I have enough of the shades where I could like dupe it out right now, so I don't feel like I necessarily need to buy it. But if my boyfriend wants to give me some for Christmas, like, yeah, the Celestial Storm palette looks gorgeous. In a sea of Jared Blandinos, Jeffree Stars, and James Charles. Major props to Kristen Dominique, honestly. I don't need this, but I appreciate everything about it and her brand. Okay. I believe we have 2 more products to talk about. Just 2. The first of which is this holiday collection from MAC. Now, the video that I posted before this, I have still like an extensive amount of MAC products that I have from years past. I don't buy MAC anymore, obviously, because I've gone cruelty free, but I don't like throwing things away. But this holiday collection, the face palettes look fine. They're kind of like very early 2000s type aesthetic, which I'm like, that was a weird time in my life. I don't know if I want to revisit that. These lipsticks they came out with.
Why?
Why would I... Like, I get things are like limited edition for holiday and it's over the top and like everything's pretty and glittery and shit. Okay, put glitter in eyeshadows, put glitter in blushes, put glitter in highlights, put glitter in eyeliner if you want to. Not like waterline eyeliner, but like glittery liquid eyeliner. By all means, glittery lip gloss, sure. But like a fuchsia glittery lipstick and like a blue glittery sheer lipstick, why? Who wants that? Mac, who asked for this? Please tell me. Like, I want to know so that way I can just go ask them, are you okay? Somebody, it was... can't remember which person it was, said that this would look really good in like flat lay photos. So people who have accounts and blogs that are like dedicated to flat lays, these would look real pretty. But like practically, I don't see a practical use because A, that sounds uncomfortable as fuck. B, Literally, you could just put on a lipstick and then put glitter on top of it. And those A and B, that's what I have. That's what I got. Now for the main event.
Let's get ready to rumble!
James
Fucking Charles.
and Morphe came out with a
Mini version.
of the Artistry palette. Like all the same shades, but smaller. Just smaller. Literally a mini. Not a more curated palette. Not like maybe 10, 15 shades from the initial one put into a smaller one. No, they just took all the same shades and just free transformed it in Photoshop and just made it small. That is the laziest thing I've ever seen. It's so fucking lazy. So already I've talked about this palette months ago when it came out. Don't own it, don't buy from Morphe, don't support James Charles, whatever. It did not take any sort of extra creative choices. They probably didn't have to reformulate. All they had to do was remake the actual palettes. That's it. So the question is, who is this for? Because the people who give a shit probably already have the big one. And do they need the small one? Absolutely not. And the people who don't give a shit don't have the big one and probably won't get the small one either. I don't need it. Oh my God. I feel like Morphe's fucking tagline should just be, yeah, we're unnecessary. Because honestly, yeah, this was like, I saw this and I'm like, what is this, an eyeshadow palette for ants? Please say somebody got that reference. Although you guys surprised me last video when so many people recognized the Ghost and Mr. Chicken. I was like, fuck yeah. Back to this James Charles palette. For me, at least, when I'm talking about my gripes with large palettes, I'm A, talking about the size, but B, and almost more importantly, I'm literally talking about the number of shadows that are in a palette. 39 shadows is far too many for me, and whether they're full size or mini doesn't make a difference. And if you're not somebody who uses big palettes with a lot of shades, you're not gonna use this, even if it's tiny. Is it gonna come with a mirror? Well, it comes with a mirror, thankfully. I still want to give James any of my support because I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Also, doesn't anybody think that it's a little bit weird that the two biggest creators in the beauty sphere on YouTube are white men? Yeah, a little weird. I'm all for like dudes in makeup and like men wearing makeup and being their best glamorous self, or not even glamorous, just like wearing makeup in general. I don't care. Like, it's fun. But does anybody think that it's a little bit odd that the two biggest creators, who arguably have been involved in a lot of scandals, just get away with more things than the female creators that have been in maybe less scandals? You know? It's a little weird, isn't it? Yeah. If only this was tea. Yeah, this is a very long video. How long have I been recording? Oh God, almost an hour. Fuck. It's gonna be a long one to edit. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about today. If you want to buy any of these things, please do not take this as a personal attack because it is absolutely not. I couldn't care less what you buy. Do not care. This is only as a way to counteract everything else on the internet that's telling you to buy everything all the time. I'm here to help. Let me know in the comments what you are anti-hauling, things that you don't need and you're not gonna buy. And if you have any extra points to add to what I talked about, also leave them in the comments because I feel like the comment section on anti-hauls get quite lively. Today's song of the day, well, I made a playlist on Spotify today as I've filmed this. I made a playlist just called Eat the Rich. So there's that. Today's song of the day is Brave New World by Watsky and Chaos Chaos. It was off Watsky's record, Times Infinity. Not the newest one, the one before this. But Brave New World by Watsky and Chaos Chaos is your song of the day. It's good. It's on my Spotify playlist. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well if you want to check it out and just like feel stuff about corporations and big money. Okay. Thank you to everybody who clicked on this video. Please give it a like if you liked it. Thanks to my patrons. Y'all are a grand old time. Good folks. Check out my previous video. I'll put that in a card. And I will see you all in my next one. Okay, bye!